Thank you.
Of course. All right.
And then email me the link or Travis the link. Perfect.
Yeah. And then it won't gum up our computers. It won't be too much storage space. Okay, Isla, let's take our bow. Now, you might see a kitty cat walk across the front, but don't let it distract you. Tell me about your special listening.
We haven't done special listening.
Uh-oh.
We forgot to.
Okay, make sure to for next week. Did you do a bite year 2? Uh-oh, winter break. Okay.
We really had a very relaxed winter break and had a lot going on. So unfortunately, we sort of slacked off on some of our things, but she's ready. We're back in on the 100-day.
Great.
She's doing the 100-day challenge. And so we're already we're the 3rd day into it, I think.
Yeah, because it started on the 4th. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm writing that down just to make sure I remember to keep up with your 100 days.
You practice too?
Of course I practice. Yeah. I'd like to practice just as much as you do. Sometimes that doesn't happen. All right, Isla, next week you'll do special listening and bite ear tune. Let's start with review today. I'll play the introduction and you play the piece. Look where my bow is. Good for you. And now, long, long ago, from clip all the way to tip. Here's your introduction. Beautifully done. Great. So, Isla, why do we practice every piece that you've ever learned every day?
So that you don't forget them.
That's one really good reason. If you put in all the work to learning these amazing pieces, you might as well continue to play them. But I have another sneaky teaching reason for it. Do you know my sneaky teaching reason?
So that you can have fun and play with other people.
Also true, but that's not my sneaky reason. Yeah, because the cool thing is you can play your violin pieces with every other Suzuki violin student in the world. You don't even have to speak the same language because your violins have the same language. No, so my sneaky reason is that when you learned Twinkle and made it easy, we learned it in this part of the bow on the A string and the E string. What strings did I have you play on it today?
D and A.
D and A, and I can make it even more challenging and take you over and put you on the G and D, right? Or I could make it even more tricky and have you start on a first finger. Or I could make it even more tricky and have you use all fourth fingers. So I think of all these review pieces as like our playground. And every piece of equipment on the playground, I can challenge you. I can say, Isla, can you use a full bow? And you have to see, can I go full bow on Long Long Ago? Can I do full bow on O Come Little Children? Or I might say, Isla, only play at the frog. Or Isla, play right next to the bridge. Or Isla, play with a low two rather than a high two. All these things. So give yourself these same challenges. Use review as an opportunity to make difficult things easy by playing it on the pieces that she already knows.
You did that earlier. What did you play for me earlier? That was in a different. It was really low. May song, right? She played May song
on the G.
Yeah, because every time you could think of it also like exploring new territory or something. Every time you rock strings, the physics are a little bit different. The posture is the same, the technique is the same, the ideas is the same, but the physics are different. And so we want to give her experiences all over the instrument, all over the bow and all over the violin. And she's now at the point where she can just do that. Every piece could be taken to a different string, and every piece could be played in different parts of the bow. Okay? So if you think your review is boring, that's your fault. And I like to pride myself and say that I could make Twinkle difficult for anyone, even myself, especially myself. Okay, now what exercises were we doing with the left hand right now? With the violin hand. We've done some rotate, drop, open, down.
down. And
Do I have you doing any scales? Do I have you doing any escalators?
I don't have scales or escalators in my notes, and I don't think we.
Have I talked about tennis before? Speaking in code.
But not tennis.
Okay, so Isla, first what I want to see you do is a Mississippi hot dog twinkle with your rotate, drop, open, down. So I'm touching here. 3 steps. Rotate, drop, open, down. Your turn. Let me say something real quick, Isla. You're doing great. Your violin is trying to be held right here rather than right here. Let it float on the shoulder. There we go. Before you go on to the cheese, will you this time narrate with your voice what's happening in your hand? Just say the 3 words: rotate, drop, open, down.
Rotate, drop, open, down. How would I rotate if it's on the same hand?
This one you don't have to. It's just when you go over to the 3rd finger. This one's just drop, open, down, drop, open, down. The voice didn't narrate that one. Can I hear a narration?
I whisper it too. Open, down. Drop, open, down. Drop, open, down.
And let's stop right there. Isla, can you feel the sweat? The brain sweat? Okay, so this is another amazing challenge to apply to all review. And then the general technique here, practice technique, is have her narrate with her voice what's going on in her brain. That makes sure, that allows us to know that her brain is ahead of her body rather than the other way around. Good for you, Isla. Okay, keep working on that. And then let me show you what an escalator is. So we'll do, I'll say a word, or I'll say a letter. I'll play the letter, and then you play the letter. Ready? A. Rotate, drop, open, down. B. Notice that your second finger is right next to your first finger, so just slide it down the slide and land it on C natural, not your tape. Set it right next to your first finger. Yeah, one more time, C. And now you're gonna let it float up to the tape, C sharp. Third finger, D. C sharp. Rotate, drop on C natural, open, down. B. A. So you go to rest position. I'm gonna play it one more time and you try to figure out why it's called an escalator. A. B. C natural. C sharp. D. C sharp. C natural. B. A. What do you think?
Because it's kind of like a scale goes up and down, like an escalator, and that's kind of like a scale.
Yep.
It has that C regular in it.
Right, and escalators go up and down too, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I specifically call it an escalator is because between the C natural, where 1 and 2 are next to each other, and C sharp, where 2 and 3 are next to each other, the second finger has to glide from one floor to the next floor. I call that an escalator, okay? And this would be specifically called the A open string escalator because we started on A. Now, can you show me your A open string escalator? You're going to say the letter, play the letter. Say the letter, play the letter. You follow the same pattern every time. The same one we did.
A. B. C natural. C sharp. D. C sharp. C natural. B. A.
Really well done. Good for you. Now we're looking for a specific sound too. Yum, A, B, C natural, C sharp, D. We want to play it just as in tune as the rest of our notes. Ashley, at any time you could go over to the piano and plunk out those notes for her, so she's getting a tonal landscape. You can also do a version where you play the piano note, she plays the violin note. You play the piano note, she plays the violin note, back and forth. After this gets quite easy, rock on over to the E string and do the same thing. So do an E string open escalator. And let me just tell you the notes of those real quick so you get the correct pattern. It would be open E, first finger plays F sharp, second finger plays G natural, second finger plays G sharp, third finger plays A, and then you come back down. Okay, good. Now, escalators are like our first step to playing scales. And our scales are the next step to playing book 3. So you're on your way.
Wait, am I in book 2?
Not yet. Isla, will you play perpetual motion all the way through? We'll see if it's ready for review. Since we figured out that trick on the recording. Before you start playing, I want you to test for yourself if your violin is really balanced on your shoulder. So that's where it switches over to doubles.
I think you were going over. So I lost track of where you were. But I don't know if did you get my message about this song?
Yeah, did you get my response?
No, I didn't. And so I thought, oh well, I guess we'll just keep practice. So she's been practicing it the way we heard the on the recording. So I'm not sure if that's something different. If you had asked us to do something different, but
Let me
um,
let me just quickly try again and make sure that our messages are coming through. Do you have your phone on you?
I do.
What's your number again? Can you tell me?
It's 607-259-9547. And I could
You sent it text, didn't you?
yeah, on the 19th, December 19th, I just sent a text because I was following up
Yeah,
after our
I see it.
lesson last time, and then I sent the link of the one we've been listening to, and I don't know, I know I sent sort of like a long essay of a text, but
Did what I just sent come through?
no, I don't. Did you just send it, or no? I don't have anything yet.
Oh, weird. So look, you sent on December 19th,
Yes.
and then I responded right after with a whole explanation.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, no, I don't have anything after my message.
How
I'm
weird.
sorry.
So I just tried sending it as a text message. Well, I just want to make sure that we can communicate with our phone.
Yeah, for sure.
I can send a screenshot to your email too. But yeah, I said you're totally right that the recording is that way.
Yes.
I totally heard that. Um, I said, I wonder if it's an older version. I've never heard it played like that. And now I see that they play it all the way through the singles twice and then they do the doubles once. Um, and so generally now with Suzuki repertoire, what happens is they do the singles through one time.
The singles one time. Okay.
One time.
The singles one time, the doubles one time. Is that
Yep.
what you said?
And
Okay.
then the singles have 4 sentences. And I'll just speed sing through them, Isla. So I want you to get a little map. And then this one's the same as the first one. Done. Now we start doubles.
Okay.
And it's the same thing, but just double bowed.
Does that make sense? Starting back again with one, right? Section one.
Yes. Yeah. So it's section 1, 2, 3, 4, section 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm so sorry, Isla, that we're making you giving you.
Try it again. Do you understand what that is? So it's you just do singles once, go one, section 1, 2, 3, 1, and then section 1 double. You play the double, section 1, 2, 3, 1 with the long. Do you want her to try it again?
I'd love to. And for practice purposes, Isla, do you have 4 walls in your house surrounding you? Kind of.
We've got a couple of alcoves, so
Well,
this is one wall, that's one wall, 3, 4, right?
there you go. So for practicing purposes, point to maybe start with the piano direction. Point to that wall first. When you finish your EEs and your AAs, then you turn to the next wall. When you finish your EEs, AAs, then you turn to this wall. Then you do your high A's, and then finally you finish with, isn't that the front door over here?
No.
Back door.
This way.
Front door, back door, yeah. So then you finish pointing towards the back door. And then you start your doubles. Doubles, 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 done.
Does that make sense? You want to try?
And then that's where you would turn, Isla. Now find a new face. Good.
Yeah, turn and face, play the section 2.
Isla, that was totally correct, but make sure you face back to your original wall for number 1, doubles. Yes. Great. So you've got it. I just want to make sure that it's totally mastered. We figured it out. So I need to do a couple of real quick housekeeping questions, and then we'll need to take our bow. One, are you all planning to do the recital on January 23rd?
You wanted to do that, right?
Okay, and what piece would you like to play, Isla?
Wait. I keep getting the names mixed up.
Allegro.
It's not Allegretto, it's Allegro. I keep getting the names mixed up. Like I forget Allegro, and then I keep wanting to say Allegretto.
Okay, and do you know who wrote Allegro? Dr. Suzuki himself. Okay, and are you gonna play with her, Ashley?
She wants to do a solo this time, she said, so she's going to play by herself.
Sounds good. So be practicing that at the beginning of every practice as a performance, as she's gotten really skillful at. Second question, do you get home before this, or is 2 the earliest that you can meet?
We're home. We're
Okay.
home. They're Isla and Sasha are both, we're doing homeschool this year with COVID, so we're home all day.
We might, now that we're getting so late into book 1, we might consider doing a 45-minute lesson.
Okay.
And you guys are the first of the day, so we could do 1:45 to 2:30 potentially. But maybe you and Travis can talk about that.
Okay.
All together. Make sure that we're prioritizing review. It's the most important part of the lesson. All these little details about posture, staying up on the shoulder, opening from the elbow, the rotate, drop, open, down, and then challenging her with other strings. So that's going to be the most effective use of your practice time. Okay. And then I won't hear Allegretto and Andantino today, but since she's been practicing it, if you want to send me a video, that would be great. But let's figure out our phone communication. Maybe if you send me something, send me an email as well.
Okay. And I will send you an email too, just to double check that you have mine. I think maybe we have each other's, but then that way you can email me the link to this as well.
Great.
Perfect. And what date again was the recital? Was it January 23rd or the
23rd at 2 p.m. That should be a Saturday.
I kind of got confused because I wasn't listening at first, but then when you heard, then when you said recital, my mind kind of trailed off until you said third, and then I was like, wait, it's not the third, it's the sixth.
Yeah. And then you're still working on all the bridges for Etude, right?
Yes.
Have those down so we can work on the notes next week. Isla, let's take a bow. Oh, I'm sorry. Last thing, so many housekeeping. Isla's being invited into the next group class. So she's currently in Sarah's, but I think she'll fit well in the next group class, which is more of a book one range with Belinda and Jennifer, who are both also fabulous teachers. So I've been in touch with them. They haven't sent me the link and information for sure, but I'll probably be in touch with that later today or later this week.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hi.
Hello.